Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to GSIN Independent High School Debate Competition. Our topic today is Cooperation is better than competition in determining success. On my right is the government team from ID, UB, UA, consisting of Ms. Andrew Shum as the first speaker, Mr. Toyaula as the second speaker, Mr. Rivian as the third speaker, and Ms. Nyojai as the fourth speaker. And on my left is the opposition team from UA, consisting of Mr. Brian Lee as the first speaker, Mr. Siddharthan Gober as the second speaker, Mr. Heng Yijun as the third speaker, and Mr. Philip Xiong as the fourth speaker.
We are a team representing UA and will try our best to give a logical and fair debate.
Now, I would like to introduce our team of adjudicators for today's debate. Miss Lily as the chief adjudicator, and the other adjudicators are Miss Ng, Miss Wendy. I, Ling Shun, will be the chairperson for this debate, and Eating will be the timekeeper. Now, I'm going to introduce the rules of today's debate competition. Firstly, the maximum speaking duration is 5 minutes for each speaker and 4 minutes for reply speech. There's no extra time given. Next, during the rebuttal, members should not bring out any new arguments or new evidence except on direct refutation of material which has already been presented. Then, members will only speak when called upon by the speaker. There should not be any heckling. Besides, all speakers should attempt to both deliver at least one POI and to accept one POI during the course of the debate. There are no continuous POIs allowed. It is considered as heckling. Furthermore, the first minute of each constructive speech is considered protected time during which no POI can be made. In addition, no POI and new main point may be made during the reply speech. Moreover, the government team must define the resolution. Their definition must be accepted unless it is undebatable or unreasonable. Lastly, is the time allocated for the competition. Time given is 5 minutes. The first bell will ring after the speaker speaks for 1 minute, like this. After 1 minute, member of the opposition team can then raise the POI. After the speaker has spoken for 4 minutes, the bell will ring like this. POIs can still be made after this. POI time given is 15 minutes, 15 seconds. After the bell rang, the speaker will have to stop. And after the speaker has spoken for 5 minutes, the bell will ring twice, like this. The speaker has to stop. Now, I call upon the first speaker of the government to present her case. Time given is 5 minutes. Please begin.
A very good morning to the judges, member of the floor, and my respected opponents. The topic for today's debate is cooperation is better than competition in determining success. I, as the first speaker of the government team, would like to strongly affirm with the topic today. Let me explain about the words cooperation. Cooperation is people working together to achieve results or people helping each other but out to achieve a common goals. Cooperation is so important because it saves our time and we don't have to dedicate valuable time to bickering or resolving conflicts. We agree with cooperation is better than competition in determining success because cooperation among teammates is one of the key elements of success. Cooperation brings broader horizons to us and also provide learning opportunities. I will be giving out the roles of speaker on the affirmative. My name is Andrea. As the first speaker, I will be giving the definition of today's debate, providing some context and giving out my team first point, which is teammate is one of the key elements of success. Yao Le, as my second speaker, will be rebutting the opposition team and giving out my team's second point, which is cooperation bring broadens horizon to us. And my team's third point, which is cooperation provide learning opportunities. Riven, as the third speaker, will be rebutting the opposition team and strengthening and summarizing our team case. Jia Yi will be giving the reply speech and summarizing the whole debate. Working together towards a common goal. Instead of competing for personal glory leads to great achievement. Basketball team in which players choose to pass the ball to teammates with better chance to score win championship more often than team with superstar trying to keep their hero status and take the shot on their own even and others might had better chances. Michael Jordan own words, talents win game, but teamwork and intelligence with championship. The same is true for every team that is supposed to achieve a common goal, working together by sharing experience and ideas instead of keeping them from themselves can bring better results for all persons involved and the whole company. As team adjudicator, opponents, and member of the group, in conclusion, cooperation among teammates is one of the key elements of success. Thank you.
Thank you. The first speaker has spoken for 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Next, first speaker of the opposition to present his case. Time given is also 5 minutes. Please begin.
Of all human powers operating on the affairs of mankind, none is greater than that of competition, once said by Henry Clay. A very good morning to the honorable educators, members of the floor, and also my worthy opponents. I'm Ryan, and I'm the first speaker from the opposition team. And as the first speaker, I will be redefining the word success and giving rebuttals and our team's first point, which is competition is better than cooperation in determining success because it gives people the incentive to improve. And Seattle, which is our team's second speaker, will be giving rebuttals and our team's second and third point, which is competition boosts innovations and competition leads to economic growth. And Yijun, which is our team's third speaker, will be mainly giving rebuttals and restatement. And Felix, which is our team's fourth and final speaker, will be giving reply speech. And our team case for today is competition is better than cooperation in determining success because it gives people the incentive to improve, boosts innovations, and it also leads to economic growth. And the criteria that we are setting today is competition will help us in achieving our goal, which is more important than cooperation in helping us achieve our goal. And if we have proven this thing, the motion today should fall. And our burden of proof today is competition is better than cooperation. And now, I would like to redefine the word success. Success is the achieving of results wanted or hoped for. And now moving on to the rebuttals. The first speaker from the government team said that teamwork is one of the key to success and working together can bring better results. But competition can lead to improvement, which I will later further elaborate in my first point. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before I start my debate, I would like to make one thing clear. We, as an opposition team, are not trying to say that cooperation is bad. We are trying to say that it is good. But competition is better than cooperation. And now, moving on to our team's first point. Competition is better than cooperation in determining success because it gives people the incentive to improve. Okay, now, a competition generally has two sides, whether you win or lose. And of course, during a competition, there is no guarantee that you'll win every single time. And the difference between cooperation and competition is that you have the risk of losing when competing. And when people lose in a competition, they would know what they did wrong previously. They would learn from their mistake and do better each and every time. Therefore, competition gives people the incentive to improve. Whether it's a product or a service a business puts out there, or how you present yourself personally, competition forces you to increase your quality. Improving and moving forward is part of evolution, and competition makes sure that you give your best shot at all times. With competition, you have a way to measure how well or how poorly you are doing. Knowing what you are good at and what you are not is extremely important because success is all about accentuating your strengths and hiding your weaknesses. Their loss will teach them where they went wrong, what their shortcomings were, and over time this attitude of hard work will lead to a great success. And unlike competition, cooperation will not let you improve. Do you think that people would stay in their comfort zone? People would stay in their comfort zone and would not take the risk of failing when they try something new. There would not be new innovations or improvements. Well, let me give you an example. A lot of the technology that we use today were invented during wars. Technologies like GPS and nuclear power was invented during the Cold War. Even internet that we still use today was invented during Cold War, which my team's second speaker will further elaborate later. And as you can see, we have proven that competition will give people the incentive to improve, which it is better in determining success. And with that, I would like to end my speech. Thank you.
Thank you. The first speaker has spoken for 4 minutes and 5 seconds. Next, second speaker of the government to present his case. Time given is also 5 minutes. Please begin.
A very good morning to the judges, member of the floor, and my respected opponents. The topic of today's debate is cooperation is better than competition in determining success. I, as the second speaker of the government team, would like to strongly affirm our support for cooperation is better than competition in determining success. The first speaker of the opponent team has tried to tell you that the importance of competition. In a sense, competition relationships are toxic and draining for both parties. Usually, competitors fail to praise others' achievement, provide comfort during difficult periods, and be vulnerable to allow closer connection. Today, I will be talking to you about cooperation broadens horizons to us, and cooperation provides learning opportunities. When working on your own, you only have a single perspective over things. While that is not intrinsically wrong, it can be very restricting. On the other hand, working with a team offers different perspectives and ideas, which might end up bringing much better results. More than that, Vivian Han, which writes Diversity Matters.
Point of information. May I?
POI decline. Vivian Han, which writes Diversity Matters, have shown that teams with members coming from diverse backgrounds, either gender, age, ethnicity, and many, are more creative and perform better by up to 35% compared with non-diverse teams. That shows the importance of having different perspectives to work with. Instead of viewing a single side of things, teamwork offers 3D picture. The main findings are that in general logistics, service providers strongly believe in the potential benefits of horizontal cooperation to increase their profitability or to improve the quality of their services. Therefore, having people with different skills, levels of experience, and abilities working together does not only mean that they will work better and faster while interacting over work issues.
Do you agree that competition happens within cooperation? Thank you.
No. Well, interacting over work issues, they are also sharing their knowledge with each other. They are growing together and improving their abilities. They learn from their previous experience and they keep discovering new ways of doing things. People become more proficient and confident while the employer is enjoying the benefits of working with more knowledgeable employees at no additional cost. There is no better training a company would provide than offering people the opportunity to learn from each other while actually doing the work. In the end, everybody wins. Thank you.
Thank you. The second speaker has spoken for 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Next, second speaker of the opposition to present his case. Time given is 5 minutes. Please begin.
Success is the result of good effort, and effort is molding yourself in competition. Thank you, Chairperson, and also the timekeeper. A very good morning to the honorable educators, members of the floor, and of course my lovely opponents. So my name is Dr. and I'm the second speaker of the opposition team. As the second speaker of the opposition team, I'll be giving some rebuttals and also giving out my team's second and third point. So now let me move on to my team's rebuttal first. So the second speaker from the opposition team, he stated that when you are cooperating, there will be a lot of teammates who have more ideas. And then they also said no to our POI. We asked that, do you agree that competition happens within cooperation? They answered no, but actually it does. You are a team, you have debate team, you are cooperating and you are competing with others. So that is actually proving that competition happens within cooperation. You can compete with us and you may be even competing with your own teammates while you are cooperating to see who is the best speaker. Okay, so now moving on to my team's second point, which is competition is better than cooperation in determining success because it fosters innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to talk about one of the biggest creation in this world, which is the creation of satellite. According to the Western Universities of California, they have stated that satellite was created during the space war between US and Russia during the Cold War, which is a competition. War is a competition, and satellite was created, and Russia created the first satellite due to the space race. And why I'm referring to satellite, because satellite is so crucial to the technology that was created after that. Like technologies like handphone, computers, GPS, and internet needed satellite in order to operate. Handphone needed satellite to transmit call signals. GPS needed satellite to pinpoint locations. Internet needed satellite to also transmit signals. So all of this technology, this biggest advancement that our world has ever faced, phones, TVs, laptops, and everything of those technology needed satellite. And satellite was created in the base of competition. And from here, we can see that competition has already proven to us that it can bring this kind of technological advancement. This technological advancement is considered the biggest success that the world has ever seen. And this is why we at Opposition believe that competition is better than cooperation in determining success. And moreover, without competition, companies like Apple would not have created iPod. Companies like Microsoft would not create Windows, and Google would probably not even exist. Moreover, nowadays the improvement of technology like smartphones, laptops, TV are all due to competition. We have companies like Huawei, Vivo, Oppo. Why? Because of competition. In order they want to produce, they have the incentive to produce new products to do even better. And that is why competition is better than cooperation in determining success. Well, the government team has failed to prove us and to tell us how and why cooperation is better in determining success. They never refer to success. So that is why their stand falls and our stand stands. So, and we, the government, the opposition team strongly oppose to this motion and would like this motion to fall. And now, I also like to move on to my team's third point, which is competition is better than cooperation because it helps economic growth. Competition in the marketplace is good for economic growth because companies lead to inventing lower cost manufacturing processes which can increase their profits and help them compete and then pass those savings on to the consumer. Competition can also reduce the inflation rates both at sectoral and aggregate levels. According to the research done by the European Central Bank, they have stated that there is a robust and significant positive link between competition and inflation both at sectoral and aggregate levels. So ladies and gentlemen, let us move back to the time where US had industrial revolution. So back in that that days, US wanted industrial revolution due to they want to do more, they want to earn more, they want to produce new products. So in order to produce new products, they invented machine innovation. Like what I say, it fosters innovation. They wanted to produce more. Competition leads to innovation, and they produce more machine and they produce more products. So they have growth. In that particular moment, the US economy has grown to one of the richest countries in the world when there's the industrialization. And factories industrialization was also brought when there is the industrialized revolution. And factories also offered jobs to the people at US and also creating a lot of job opportunities, and which helps the economic growth. So from here we can see that this competition is so crucial. It has contributed to a country's economic growth, which is a biggest success in humankind. So ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, I'd like to end my speech. Proud to oppose. Thank you.
Thank you. The second speaker has spoken for 5 minutes and 7 seconds. Next, the speaker of the government to present his case. Time given is 5 minutes. Please begin.
A very good morning to the judges, members of the floor, and my respected opponents. The topic for today's debate is cooperation is better than the competition in determining success. We, the government team, strongly believe in today's motion. Today, I will summarize the point of the opposition team into 2 main points. The first point is the importance of competition. And the second point is, the second speaker say that competition can help economic growth. The opposition team had tried to tell you the importance of competition. This is wrong because researchers have shown that too much of competition may cause poor health because there are a lot of reasons to worry. You have to work against something or somebody and it has to unhealthy physical side effects like tired and stress. And the second speaker of the opposition team had tried to tell you cooperation can help economic growth. This is also wrong, but because in truth too much competition spells disaster within an industry, saturating the market and preventing economic benefit, sometimes causing an unexpected drop in values. True cooperation can benefit businesses in a number of ways. Employees work together to increase production and innovative. Cooperation with fellow business and interaction for longevity. Thank you.
Thank you. The third speaker has spoken for 1 minute and 38 seconds. Next, the speaker of the opposition to present his case. Time given is 5 minutes. Please begin.
Competition on everything is good as it lets everyone improve. Thank you to the chairperson and also the timekeeper. A very good morning to the honorable adjudicators, members of the floor, and also my worthy opponents today. I am the third speaker from the opposition team. And again, as the opposition team, we strongly disagree with today's motion. And as the third speaker, I will be mainly giving out the rebuttals and also be strengthening my team's case. Now, first of all, I'd like to start with the rebuttals. So the third speaker from the government team, he rebutted my second speaker saying that competition would actually affect health. But ladies and gentlemen, in order to achieve success, there is something we have to sacrifice. And it is undeniable that health is one thing that we have to sacrifice. Even if we cooperate, in order to achieve success, we would also need to sacrifice our health. They also say that competition is not beneficial for the economy. But ladies and gentlemen, if there is no competition in the market, it would lead to monopoly, which would lead to only one company or one establishment controlling all of the market, which would lead to an increase of cost and increase of price. Now, The government team has proposed 2 points. First of all, it is that cooperation lets people work together, make them achieve goals faster and better. But ladies and gentlemen, yes, cooperation lets people work together. But working together doesn't essentially mean that you will achieve your success more efficiently. Without competition, people in this group will rely on each other. They will think that eventually someone will do the task that they are ordered to. They will only be in their comfort zone, thinking that they will reach their goal eventually. But with competition, there's pressure, there's motivation, and there's an incentive for people to work harder in order to achieve success. So it is clear that competition is better and more important in determining one's success, and cooperation without competition would mean nothing. I would be proving this by providing a statistic by Raja Gopal over at the Monterey Institution of Technology and Higher Education. The study concluded that students perform better in a competitive environment compared to their counterparts in non-competitive environment. Now, the second point of the government team, they stated that cooperation broadens horizon. But ladies and gentlemen, cooperation, if there's competition, it is actually better in broadening the horizon, as everyone would be competing to see who is better. They would learn from each other. They will learn from each other to see what is good and what is bad, and they will learn from each other to not to do the mistake again. And on the other hand, they will also actively learn about new knowledge because they don't want to lose in front of their rivals. They also mentioned about having different perspectives, but without competition, would everyone even work together in a team? No, because there is no incentive for them to work together. They also said that cooperation makes people learn new things. Like what I've stated before, if there's no competition, people would not be learning new things because there would be no incentive for them to do so. Now, I would like to continue by restrengthening my team's case. So first of all, my team's first point is that competition is better than cooperation in determining success because it gives people the incentive to improve. Ladies and gentlemen, in a competition, people will compare them to their rivals. They would know what they had did wrong, and they would know what their rivals had done right, and they should learn. They would improve themselves because there is competition and there is an incentive for them. According to Gillian Grover Silver, a professor of psychology over at the University of New Mexico, she concluded that when we see someone else just like us being able to complete a task and gain the recognition we seek, we up our game to achieve the outcomes for ourselves. Moreover, competition actually makes people more creative, as people need to look for a better, a more creative or a more innovative solution or idea in order to compete with their rivals. Now into my team's second point, which is that competition actually drives innovation. Like what my second speaker had mentioned, when there's competition, company establishment will innovate better. Because they do not want to lose in their market, they want to get their customers. So they will be better, they will try to be better than their rivals, and they will innovate and they will do better than them. And they will develop more attractive products to win over the market. Moreover, technology will innovate as well, like what my second speaker had given. He has given a lot of examples, like for example, the space race that happened during the Cold War, the evolution of smartphones, proving that competition is much more important than cooperation in determining success. So the third point of our teams is that it would help in economic growth. So competition lowers the cost of life, which is better in determining success. And with that, I would urge the members on the floor to stand with us in disagreeing with today's motion. And with that, I'm proud to oppose. Thank you.
Thank you. The third speaker has spoken for 5 minutes and 31 seconds. The first, second, and third speaker from the government and opposition have delivered their speech. Before the both teams deliver the reply speech, each team will be given 2 minutes to discuss. Stand now.